Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our Parks and Recreation Advisory Board meeting for April 16th. Please note the members that are in attendance. We have everybody, just missing Bill. And everybody received our meeting minutes. That would be for March 13th, 2025. Everybody get a chance to look at those. Everybody had a chance. Do I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve the minutes from March.
Have a second. All right. Do we have any changes to our minutes or any discussion based on that? All right, with that, all in favor of approving the minutes from March 13th, 2025, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, we're good. All right, I'm going to throw it to Lorena for unfinished business.
Okay, first up is Memorial Park Expansion Project. Arrow, as you all know, has been working with State Highway on trying to get past that obstacle of the stormwater flow coming off the sidewalk that they initially wanted us to put in order to get the connector road. Well, then they came back and they said, well, if you want to take that sidewalk out, then you can, but just put it on letterhead, city letterhead, and tell us that you don't want the sidewalk anymore. Problem solved. But then when we went back and looked, it's on our master plan, the comprehensive plan, so it's kind of like, well, we kind of have to do it. So now we're exploring maybe the option of pervious concrete to help with stormwater infiltration. But Jim brought up a good point that because that hill slopes down, because of the slope of the sidewalk going in, would it have enough time to sink down into the pervious surface, or would it just sheet down anyway? Randy came up with the idea of a catch basin, if you will. So like at the corner of the proposed sidewalk and where the connector road goes in, putting like a depression there with rocks in it to catch the runoff there, and then just divert it up onto the pipe that's gonna go. So we have a virtual meeting with State Highway on Monday to discuss the options. The other option is to take the sidewalk out of it at this point and then do it later, just so we can get this project done. So if they don't like the pervious idea, or if it's not gonna handle enough stormwater, or the catch basin idea, then we'll just go with that third option of, okay, we'll just drop it now, we'll do it later. Let's go, let's get past this.
They would approve it even if it's on the master plan for...
Yes, if we put it on
Okay.
letterhead
Okay.
stating, we will
That you're
not be
going-
putting this sidewalk in for this project, but we'll put it in at a future date within 5 years or something like that.
Okay.
So we'll see. So State Highway and County Forest Conservation, those are the two agencies that we need to get approvals from, and then we can move forward. See, it's been a long process, as sometimes these things are, especially when you involve larger agencies like State Highway and such. So hopefully we can get this rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah. General park improvements. I don't know if everybody's seen the fence down at Memorial Park that the guys put in. It's fabulous. I love the way it follows the curvature of that middle road going down to the pavilion.
Did an excellent job.
Well, it really is lovely. So they did that. They're going to be installing a couple of memorial benches in the next 2 weeks, one at Roberts Mill, one at Bollinger. The tin ceilings for the pavilions at Memorial Park, or bless you, are going in. So those will look much nicer than that cage mesh wire. Yeah, that the birds would get caught in, and nice. The neo surfacing is going to be poured on Monday. It was going to be poured before, but we had weather, bad weather, so it kept getting pushed. So Monday for that, weather permitting. Keep our fingers crossed. The old lights on the football practice field at Memorial, they were retrofitted to LED, so nicer, more efficient, and slightly brighter. Additional seed plantings at Bollinger Park's Pollinator Meadow put in. Other projects coming up are relining that basketball court at Roberts Mill Park. Going to be pumping up the pump tracks at the little track at THS Park, and switching out some old benches. We still have a few of those aluminum two-post benches around in the park, so we're slowly switching all of those out to the nicer black benches, slatted metal. Get a couple of those. We're going to be putting in a paved path from the pond pathway at Roberts Mill up to the dog park, to the entrance there. Yes. And then we're also going to be doing something inside, I guess you would call it the holding corral, before that you go into each section, small and big dog. So we're doing something there. Oh, let's see what else. I think that's it for FY25. And then when the budget's approved, once the funds kick in for FY26, then we have a whole slew of other projects. A lot, yes.
Hey, I was going to ask you about the benches at Memorial Park.
Yes.
Are they like the benches that we have at Bollinger?
Yes.
And my question is, I mean, I know it's, but can we get I'll pay for it, or we can all pay for it, a plaque in memory of Daryl? I would like to see that happen.
Yeah, I actually thought about just getting the nicer, because the memorial benches are nicer. Right. They are. They've got like the little camelback, and they're just very pretty. And the plaques are made specifically to screw onto those. So I'm thinking, a bench and the plaque. I had thought about that before too.
I just thought that would be, I mean, he was our council liaison, and always fought for us too, so just
So are you thinking Memorial Park for that, or somewhere, what?
We could do it at Bollinger too. It doesn't matter. I mean,
Yeah.
decide on whatever you think is best, but I just think it would be fitting
We
for
could
us to
reach
do
out,
that.
maybe we reach out to his family, to
That would
Kim
be
and
nice to
see,
have like a
what park would you prefer, because
Yeah,
I would
that's
imagine
fine.
she'd want to go and sit on it. or something, yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, maybe Bollinger Park would be more fitting for that.
Okay, all right, great, thank you, just let me know. Yeah. And do we want to put in a tree with the bench? Well, depending on the location, I guess, we'll have to figure that out. But if it's a location where a tree is manageable next to or near the bench,
Works best.
and we are going to be honoring him at our Memorial Day ceremony. Yes, yeah. In the past couple of years, we've honored the oldest living veteran in Taneytown. But this year, I asked the mayor if we could instead honor Daryl. He said yes, so I've reached out to our state delegates to get a citation. So hopefully they'll get that together for us, and then we can read it at the ceremony and then present it to his family. That's all I have on general park improvements. Do you want me to just roll into 2025 events? Okay.
Do it.
All right. All right, so as everybody knows, the Easter egg hunt is this Saturday. Cross your fingers for the weather. At least I know it's going to be warmer than it was last Saturday. So I do need volunteers to help hide the eggs, juice and cookie distribution, and, how should I phrase this? Shepherding the children.
Jerry's got that.
Jerry's going to be the
Jerry's
shepherd.
got that down to a T.
Yeah.
He'll be the muscle
All
behind
right,
it.
so Jerry, you can definitely help, you said. Okay, anybody else? Oh, you're already signed up to be the Easter Bunny. You guys can? Okay, great,
I
thank you.
can help as well.
And what's your schedule like, Emmanuel? Do you think you can?
I'm tied up from 8:30 till 2:30 on Saturday,
Gotcha.
unfortunately.
Okay, nope, that's all good. All right. And since I rescheduled it, Tony's not golfing, so now he can help as well. So, priorities.
I mean, I think
That's right.
it just worked out that way. Good.
That's right. Then we've got the Earth Day cleanup on the 26th. I do need volunteers for that as well, just to welcome other volunteers to the park, hand them their trash bags and lunch tickets. Anybody available for that? 26th? Okay. It's 1 to 3.
Probably in the morning, so probably.
Okay. All right, and then the fishing derby on May 10th. I also need volunteers for that as well.
Do it every year.
As long as I'm not working, we can help.
Okay,
I don't think I'm working, so
on the 10th,
yeah.
on May 10th, rather, okay.
I hope I'm not working. 'Cause if-
Okay, all right, so maybe, and I'm getting community service volunteers as well. So, I'll assign them to going around and measuring the fish for that.
Hopefully the weather this
Yeah, last year it was just so cloudy
And
and
blankets.
drizzly and gross, yeah.
Cold and nasty, what it was.
The people not so much.
That was miserable. It was a pretty miserable day.
Yeah, it was. Can you help out with that?
What's the
Go with
time
that?
for that one?
That is, registration starts at 8, and then 8:30 the fishing starts, and it's over at noon.
I can help up until 10 o'clock.
That'll be
I have a
fine.
bridal shower apparently.
Oh, my. Okay. All right, okay, sounds good.
And of course, if anybody is watching our meetings and is dying to volunteer, please get in touch
Yes.
with Lorena. We would love to have you. The more the merrier.
All right, yes, please, we need all the help we can get.
Yep.
All right, so that's it for the fishing derby. Spring Community Flea Market on May 17th, Saturday, that's at 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. I can handle that one on my own, but I have a wedding to go to that afternoon. Can anyone relieve me at 1 o'clock for just 1 hour? You don't have to do anything. Well, we're doing the the spring scavenger hunt with the little frog statues. Again, I'm going to hide them out at Bollinger, and then on that Monday, and then they'll bring them to the Parks and Rec table at the flea market to get their prize bags. So there may be some straggling in between, 1 when I have to leave and 2 when the event's over. So that's all whomever can help me, can relieve me, would do, just, you know. Carroll County Citizen Services Division is going to be sharing our table at the flea market. So, I mean, they're just going to have pamphlets out on it and stuff like that. So, do you remember Addison, who was with the Partnership for Healthier Carroll
Yeah.
County? She would lead the walks,
Yeah.
or coordinate the walks at Bollinger. Yeah, that's where she is now,
Okay.
at Citizen Services
Oh,
for the
okay, good.
county. So she reached out to me and asked if she could, out
Excellent.
there. So I said, sure, that's fine. Yeah. For that, we've got 30 vendors so far for the flea market, so that's good. Deadline is May 1st, and they're still coming in, so we've got some more on that.
When's your cutoff for that?
May 1st.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh, you're
I'm
fine.
sorry.
Yeah. We're still lining up Memorial Day Parade participants. So if you know of anybody, spread the word, get the word out there. Putting the call out on Facebook, but you never know who that's going to reach. I mean, I'm trying to get more visibility, but, do whatever we can get. Some more participants there. If the weather's good, then the Clydesdales will come out. They didn't come out last year because of the risk of a storm and lightning.
Oh, yeah.
They said that because not only do they spook, but also because their hooves are so big and they have the metal horseshoes on them. Not a good setup if, are. Yikes. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. The wine festival is coming along. We have 28 craft vendors so far, 4 food vendors, 3 breweries, 3 distilleries, and 8 wine, mead, cider vendors. So still reaching out to get more beverage vendors. I want to get as many as we can. So I really would like Brewery Fire as the hometown brewery to represent there. So I know they underwent some management changes, but I've been having a hard time getting a hold of them to get an answer from them on that. We'll see.
They can represent us, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, we've got other breweries from around the county, and a few tickets have already been sold on Ticket Leap, so that's good. Actually, we've already sold 2 tickets for Birds and Bourbon at Bollinger. So people are
Yay,
already
that's
hopping on
exciting.
that. That's great, yeah.
It was fun, I have
Yeah.
to say.
So we're going to be pushing harder on that event marketing, the Winefest event marketing, starting next month, once we have all the vendors locked in. The vendor deadline is May 16th, I believe. So, but before that, I'll get Casey. Mackenzie and Casey have been working on some more focused marketing materials. So once I got the majority of the vendors in, I'll send those over to her, so that way she can do some more of the, what she's done so far is really, really
Yeah.
pretty. Yeah, it's very nice. Just focusing on the different vendors, try to spread the word and get that out there. And that's all I have on 2025 events for right now.
Okay.
Any questions on any of those?
We're good.
Okay. All right. Update on fiscal year 2026 budget, still in the review stage, has not yet been introduced. I'm hoping it's going to be introduced by next month so that it can be adopted in June. Well, it has to be adopted in
Have to
June,
be.
that's our
Yeah.
deadline. Yeah, exactly. I've not received any other feedback besides what I received in the meeting with Jim, the city manager, and Barry, the treasurer. We dropped the costs for engineering, like contractual costs for engineering. Because when we incur engineering, it's usually with a project, like the expansion or Bollinger. And so everything is coded to just that project. It's not, engineering isn't carved out and separated, it's just a regular line item, just
Okay.
general engineering. So, in other words, we don't really use engineering.
Okay.
So we dropped that. I think it was 2,500 I put in there.
Okay.
Had been in there for a few years, so we just dropped it. So we'll see how that goes.
Do you have to go through another round before?
I don't know.
Okay.
I will see. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Mhm.
It's got to be introduced. So.
Yeah, yeah. And then additional miscellaneous updates. Mackenzie and Judy and I went to the MRPA conference in Cambridge. There was some useful information, and it was good networking. I feel like the sessions were not as good as last year. I mean, there were some useful ones, and we got some good information, but and that's just the way it goes. Some years you have great sessions, and you come back with all these ideas, and you're just so energized and everything. And then some years it's just kind of blah. So I guess that was this year.
But at least
turf maintenance information.
Yeah, we did. I know. Yes, yeah, I did. I got some good ideas about that. I'm meeting with Eckers out at Roberts Mill Park tomorrow to see what we can do and if we can implement any of the things that we discovered and found out in one of the
that's awesome.
sessions.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a positive right there.
And it was also helpful too, in looking at the fields for the expansion project. I mean, I had considered Bermuda grass before, but it sounds like they just, in the session, it just reinforced that because you can, once Bermuda grass is established, you can cut it to an inch and a half. If you use the regular fescue, like we've got at Roberts Mill Park, if you cut that shorter than, what did they say, 3 inches, something like that, then you're stressing the grass out and possibly killing the roots. So that's, but everybody wants the shorter cut, for a playing surface, of course, so.
You did get something out of it.
Yay,
And I
yeah,
mean, network's also really good too.
Yes,
To see
yeah,
people
it
dealing
is.
with the same thing, so.
Yeah. And as everyone probably knows, the election is coming up on May 5th. Once that is completed and our liaison has been assigned, I'm going to reach out to that person and schedule a meeting and sit down with them and just
Get them up to date with
Yeah, bring them
laws.
up to date and also show them Parks and Rec revenue sources
Okay.
and our budget so that they have a clear understanding of what we're working with and what we're limited by. Everybody has grand ideas,
Right.
but then
But you're a department of one.
once, well, not only that, but funding.
And
Funding,
well, of course,
funding is the
funding can
thing.
change and our funding sources depending on,
Yeah,
you know, what's going on. I mean,
Right.
who knows? It could be
Yeah.
effective.
yeah.
So,
Well, our biggest source of revenue is the park impact fees. So, I mean, you know, that's $1,000 park impact fee and a $1,500 fee in lieu of open space if a developer doesn't dedicate open space for the community. So that's a potential of $2,500 every single house. So without building, without development,
right.
we're broke, basically. And that's just comes right down to it. I mean, unfortunately, the general fund, you know, if we were dipping into that, which we're gonna have to do for the expansion project, I mean, there's a finite amount of funding in
Right.
that as well. And that's shared by every department, you know, in the city.
And that was just to get us by, to get us up to date with what we need to get updated with.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
to expand any more, you will need that growth.
Oh, yeah,
So,
yes, unfortunately.
the catch-22 in it.
We will be stalled if there's not
Yeah.
more development to get those park impact fees in. That, we're also updating the capital improvement plan, so I was working on that today. I don't think there are any surprises there. Roberts Mill Park Playground, I think we discussed before, we're pushing that because it's still good for another year or two, so we'll see. So this coming fiscal year, FY '26, the capital outlay is just going to be for the Memorial Park expansion. That's all we can do, the funding,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And we can only do that because we got that huge grant from,
Yep.
from the state, well, from the National Park Service through DNR. And speaking of, you know, liaisons and all that, I want to thank you, Judy, for being our liaison, for being such a wonderful liaison, always supportive. The service to the community and to Parks and Rec has been nothing short of faithful and dedicated, and you've always been there, always helped out, always have great ideas, you know. So I just want to thank you for that and tell you that we're going to miss you. So, but don't be a stranger.
Oh, you're not getting rid of me.
Okay, good, good.
Keep doing what I've always
Good,
done.
keep
I'll be there
volunteering, you know?
Yeah.
Yay.
We need
It's not
volunteers.
about the pictures.
Right,
I don't
that's
need
right.
Credit, I just
Yeah,
want to give back.
yes, well, thank
We
you.
appreciate that.
And that's all I have on old business.
Okay, any questions for Lorena? That's a lot of stuff going on, yeah, for sure. No, all right, then, new business it is, so,
Mowing contract, yes. So the mowing contract is up for renewal. It was a 3-year contract in '22. So here we are in '25. We do have the option, as it was written in the RFP, and then therefore part of the contract, to extend for up to 2 additional years. So my question to you is, do we want to go ahead and extend for another year with Eckers? My recommendation that we do.
okay,
They were the lowest bidder. Their prices are very reasonable. As a matter of fact, after the other 2 bids were read out, they were like, oh, should have been more. We still would have been lower than the others, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. But I recommend, and they do a good job.
and they're consistent?
they're consistent and very responsive, yeah, so, and local, which is nice.
Are we good with that?
Everybody go with that?
Agree with that.
Consensus is to renew
Consensus is to renew.
for another year, okay. All right, and that's all I have on that.
That was a lot. So we're going to move into reports. Mr. Harvey, anything to address?
Reports?
Anything to report about the conference or anything like that, or, okay. All right, then it comes down to me, so yes, Judy, It's your last meeting. I didn't think I was going to get emotional. But we appreciate you so, so much. And if you haven't known Judy that long, she was a volunteer way before she even got into council. So we've probably been in meetings before too when we were so much younger. And still fighting for the city and doing events and stuff like that. So, and you've continued that stride with being on council and then becoming our liaison and always stepping up and always volunteering and always being just a source for support for all of us. You've been wonderful helping Lorena and motivating her and keeping us on track. And we're going to miss you. And, you know, feel free. Come and visit and sit and give us your 2 cents worth. So.
My 2 cents is never just 2 cents, though, is it really?
All right, well, we'll give you 5 cents, okay? But for that, from all of us,
Oh. Not have to do that. Thank you. No, all of you, it's been an honor and a privilege to work with you all, because you guys, you dedicate so much time and energy to the city with such limited resources. You are like the volunteer base.
isn't that something? We
Yeah.
really are.
Yeah.
But you've been a part of that even way before the advisory board came to be. And, you know, how about the Christmas that almost didn't happen downtown? And Judy was spearheading that as well. And, yeah, lots of things have happened, and you've been a big part of that. So, so we appreciate you, and we'll miss you. And but we can't wait to see you. Well, we're going to call you. You're going to volunteer.
Oh,
so.
yeah, I'll be still volunteering, so you'll see.
All right. Any public comment? Yay, go team. That's right. So with that, our next meeting, it is scheduled for May 14th. That is going to start at 6:30. That will start with TAA first, and then it will roll into our meeting. And if we don't have anything else to address, I will take a motion to adjourn. We're going to stay here, Miss Judy?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Second. All right. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. We will see you in May. Thank you.